Yeah.
How do we prioritize joy and ease in our lives in these times?
I think first we gotta put down the distractions. We have to go back to source, right? So being in the desert was like you go to source. What's your practice? What are you doing to feed your soul? So you have to have that. You have to realize, like, because you can get caught, and I'm guilty of it. You get on, like, I'm like, whoa, what am I doing? Locked into this one little bite, but lose your phone. Like, go have a conversation, sit and be quiet, or or listen to beautiful music, read beautiful prose. Get off of that phone. Pick up a book. Be mindful of what you ingest, what you look at, what you hear, what you eat, what you touch, the company you keep. Go find beautiful music, beautiful folks, beautiful spot right here. So we have to we have to plug into that. And I tell people, this phone here is only useful if you plug it in. Otherwise, it loses its power, it runs out. We're the same. Why do we think we can't? We have to plug in. So if you're not plugging in, if you're not conscious of that, you're plugging yourself in. Of course, you're going to be, and that's they want you to. It's like feeding chickens. If I throw the feed over there, they run over there. If I throw the feed over there, they run over there. So you have to realize, get off of that, and you know it's not haphazard with it. This is systematic propaganda. It's just systematic. It's not. You got people that know exactly what they're doing, right? So you have to pull yourself out of that and find that bounty in yourself and link with what is eternal, what connects us all, right? So if you don't know that, you need to go find that, and you need to find someone that's going to help you find that and give you techniques and ways of being. So being in Africa in general, just my travels. So even the story I just gave in Dubrovnik, that's a way of being.
Mm.
That's they ain't just coming. She's like, hey, she just came up. Wasn't like, oh my God, a black man. Hey, I tell you, you don't live around here. Well, come on up. I live over there.
We have something to share with you.
Come on, hey, come on and sit down and have a beer.
So what does it look like? So let's say you have a client, somebody who comes to you at Mindwell and wants to understand what it means to plug themselves in.
Mm.
And you know, what would you say? What's the program?
I slow them down. So all the things, like get them off that damn phone. I get them off it. I just had who I'm going to see tomorrow, who I saw today. So she's a mother of two. She just invited me to their roka. So it's an Indian ceremony for being engaged. Her daughter just got engaged, this and that. And so, and she had things going on, this and that. So I was working with her daughter, and she was like, "You need to work with my mom. My mom is taking care of everybody else, right? Mom is busy, this and that." So finally, after the roka, she's like, "Yeah, I would love to do something." I was like, "Okay, let's hop on that." And so what we did was slow her down. Get on this floor. This is how you breathe. So the way you're breathing now is detracting from that energy. Yeah, it's shutting you down. That's why you're tired. That's why you're not digesting food. You can't digest food. We have beautiful food, but you can't digest food when you're sympathetic dominant, because that shit shuts down. You're in fight or flight. It's not time. That's not the time to digest food, right? So we give her something concrete. We give her an experience. So at the end of an hour. Would you say an hour? And having her breathe right. So my newsletter, the weekly newsletter, free, called Breathe, entitled Breathe, Think, Move. Breathe, think, move. So that's what we did. Breathe. Now think about this. Use this image. Work with that. Work with this. Let that go. And if I'm there with him, I have the pleasure of hitting Subo, hitting vital points in the body, hitting pressure points, resetting the nervous system while they breathe. Think, now move like this a little bit. Nothing major. Just look that way. You feel that? Yeah, okay, let go of that tension. You feel that? Okay, let go of that. Now imagine this. So we take them through an experience. Then at the end of that experience, well, how do you feel? She was like, I feel fucking amazing. She's like, whoa. And then she told me, like, yeah, I was digesting food. I was like, oh my God. She's like, can you work with my father? He's here from India. So I worked with her father.
I remember you working with a group that I asked you to come in and work with at the Booker T. Washington Community Center in San Francisco. And one of the techniques that you described was we were on the floor and feeling the floor fall away.
Fall away.
That's some powerful stuff right there. And I remember experiencing it thinking, some kind of magician, some kind of magic going on here.
Did the floor fall away?
It did.
So that's funny because one of the top doctors in San Francisco, long story short, his wife, I was working with his wife and someone else, and Kareem. So she said, you know what, this is really powerful stuff. You should work with my husband. Like, he's a stress out top doctor. So he's like, no, we're busy. We don't have time for that yoga stuff. So they had a retreat in the city with like 40 doctors, basically 40 old white men. And he wasn't that old at the time. And so I came in. She said, well, they're reluctantly giving you 20 minutes. Can you do something in 20 minutes? So I did something. I was like, yeah, make sure they have 2 blocks on the yoga mat. And I came in and I said, all right, I know you guys are busy. I've got 20 minutes or less to make you guys levitate. And they're looking at me like, all right, whatever, buddy. Come on. Get with it. So took them through, guided visual. Oh, what I do, had them in a back bend, vortic pose, blah, blah, come this way. And now that I've got those brain waves down and you're relaxing, you're open, the floor is going to fall away in a minute. Then I'll talk a little bit more, take them deep. Okay, 40 seconds. Not counting them down. Floors, you're not on the floor. So then I brought them back in. They sat up. And you see these white men were looking at me. And I said, so, did we levitate? And they were like, yo, like you said, you just did some voodoo shit up in here.